Welcome back to the Brew House. Today, we're going to stick with the topic of craft beer, and we're going to be trying 3 stouts. So we're going to veer onto the darker side, the really dark side of beer in this episode.
Now, stout actually, by a literal definition, it used to mean something like good or innocent or like youthful or something like that, but then became like strong. So think of stout as a strong beer.
Heavy.
They got some girth. They got a little oompah to them.
I personally don't like stouts just because I feel super bloaty after drinking stouts.
These are definitely like sippy kind of beers. Stouts typically have a way higher alcohol content. You're usually going to hit somewhere around the 8 to 9%.
Fun in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Great in the wintertime because it's almost like that's where you're getting your calories from. Like it definitely keeps it going. Also, they have, for stouts, it's always roasted malt and barley to make stouts. That's why they have a really rich, dark color because of the roasted malt instead of just adding malt.
Yeah.
Also, this hits me hard. I'm Mr. Lightweight.
Yeah, I mean, again, the higher ABV will hit you. These are definitely the sippy beers, and they definitely always have notes of molasses or chocolate or something that complements how dark it is. So up first, we have Lagunitas Imperial Coffee Stout. Ooh,
look at how dark
my
it is.
God, look at that.
That's like,
It's Coke.
it's the negative zone.
I love when beers look like this. It's just so good. Now, if you can see that this is almost like it's not translucent. Like it's pretty thick. It's very like oil looking. Yeah. So this actually has a very high alcohol content. This is 12.2%. So one of these is the equivalent if you were gonna drink like almost 4 like Budweisers.
So I'd be drunk with one of these.
If you had one of these, if you had 4 Budweisers and you didn't eat, you could be feeling it. You'd be feeling it. It's cheap. It's way cheaper than buying like a $6 Bud Light somewhere. All right, so here you are, guys.
Oh boy.
Now, the way I drink stouts, especially of these kind of characters, you have to nose it. You have to smell it because you're gonna get hit. Well, what you're gonna kind of get. So it's dark. It's malty.
Am I about to go to work right now?
This is a really good phrase. Am I about to go to work right now? All right, so let's take a sip.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness.
Woof. So already kind of like my sinuses are like popping.
If I was already a little buzzed and started drinking this, I would love it, though.
Oh, man. I mean, this is a way... I mean, the coffee, definitely. You immediately hit the taste of black coffee in there. But,
Need some donuts.
right?
Some
I feel like there's even
Some creamer.
I think it's got kind of like a black licorice aftertaste, too.
Yeah, I mean, stouts always have that kind of molassesy anise kind of feeling to it. Anise is another big one that's always in stout land. But... man, this is just so thick. And another thing that's really fun to do, like
This might be the darkest one we've had on the show.
probably.
So far.
So the thing I like to do with stouts, and it's not completely black, it's brown. You can see it in the bottom of the glass. But what I like to do is I always grab my phone and put on the flashlight and just throw it through so you can kind of actually see what the color is. Because if you notice, like there's Guinness, which is a very popular stout. That's red, and nobody thinks it's red. They always think it's completely black. Now, we were talking about it before, but this is actually kind of a little bit of a faux craft again. It was a brewery, unlike Blue Moon, but it got bought by Heineken. So they don't own themselves anymore. Like Heineken kind of controls all the business stuff that happens with it. So some of these really cool like coffee stouts and stuff like that might not show up. That's usually the aftermath of when a big brewery owns a small brewery. They don't get to take as many liberties because they can't control their financial
I think they
stuff
They
anymore.
still produce way less than the amount of barrels to be considered a craft. It's just they're not in charge of it.
Yeah, they produce roughly about 600,000 a year, which is well below the 6 million. So now we're here with Dark Truth out of Boulevard Brewing in Kansas City, Missouri. Yeah, Kansas City, Missouri. All right, so this one poured just as dark as the last one because they're both Imperial Stouts. So here you are, guys, and I'm going to talk about what makes a stout Imperial. Imperial Stouts were invented for Catherine the Great. A bunch of the brewers decided to like honor her or give her as a gift this really neat dark stout that had a high alcohol content that sure everybody loves because they got drunk way faster.
Russia, another place that is very cold.
Yeah, and a lot of drinking. Yeah. A lot of drinking in Russia. Oh yeah, cheers. Everybody's rude.
Cheers, boys.
Now this one hits a lot nicer than the coffee because I'm not a black coffee drinker, and that coffee hit me really hard.
This one's definitely not as intense, but I like it better.
Also, it's important to know that this has about 30% less alcohol in it. So this one has at 9.7. Still, you're going to be drinking...
That's still really high.
You're still drinking like almost like 3 Budweisers per bottle of this, but like it doesn't hit you with the coffee.
Yeah.
Like the coffee adds something. This is the kind of neat part about craft beer is that when they add something to it, you notice. It's not like you just added a little bit of touch to something. Like
I prefer the coffee. I'm not
really.
I'm not into either.
Whoa! I was not thinking that. I thought the minute we like lower the alcohol content, you were gonna be on board.
You like
with
the coffee flavor though. I'm not a big fan of it.
No, I'm a huge coffee drinker, but I enjoy this actually more than the coffee. The coffee's a little too bitter. A lot of IBUs.
But the Imperial Stout, the coffee stout, has all the hints of a stout. All the same hints that are in this are in that. It's just
of course. And then they added a little bit more of an essence of coffee.
And both are very much out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, this is like get like really wasted. The next beer we're gonna go after is actually a local beer out of Mumford Brewery in downtown LA. It is called Rolling Black. For a second there, I thought it was Rolling Rock, and I was like, that is not what I want to be drinking right now.
Look at how rad that label is.
The labeling's really cool.
Look at it.
That's so neat.
These guys are always super cool whenever I go in and get the growler too.
It's super neat when you have a brewery that is not like they're really welcoming to their customers and stuff like that. All right, so let's open this guy up.
Oh, look at that. Do you need assist?
No, I got this one. All right. Ooh, that's pouring thick.
This is the darkest one, I think.
It's really thick. I mean, again, like you can definitely see how dark it is.
Gosh.
Oh crap.
Oh, gee whiz, man.
Oh, that comes out of there like with some viscosity on it.
Yeah. All right. To Mumford. Not the band.
That one's got a bit of a softer.
Yeah, it's way softer. Yeah. So this one hits not high IBUs.
It tastes or it feels super thick though. It actually feels kind of cool.
It's very like thick and molassesy. And again, you can't. Like, usually you can see like kind of the actual color of the beer from the bottom of the glass if it kind of gets that mirror light image. But this one is again very not translucent.
I think I like this one the best.
This one stays very smooth for you. Like it's not gonna hit you with something extreme like coffee.
Yeah.
This one has all the flavors, but the flavors don't come at you very hard.
So that was stouts in a little bit of a nutshell. There are kind of the largest variety of like polarizing ingredients. I think they have like peanut butter milk stouts, like caramel, coffee. Like there's so many very, very strong tastes that it could be a little daunting to try stouts. Don't be afraid to try stouts. They look like really strong. They have high ABV, but you're supposed to sip them and enjoy them. Like if you like coffee, you'll like stouts. It's the same kind of robustness of like taste. So if you want to try a stout, go up to the bar, ask for a little taste of it. It's great. If you're worried about it being a little like kind of carbonated also, look for nitro stouts. They're extremely smooth and they have a nice head on it and it kind of tastes like a cappuccino. It's super good.